This anniversary has become a ritual of sorts. Each year, a memorial service brings together two families, America's space agency and the communities of East Texas. But this year, it's taking on a new meaning. A memorial service at First Baptist Church this morning gave NASA an opportunity to say thank you once again for the towns all across the region that made the astronauts their sole focus. A who's who of dignitaries recognized the sacrifices made by East Texans during the 2003 search and recovery. Now, the director of the Johnson Space Center says its future is built on the legacy of Columbia, and that wouldn't have been possible without the thousands of people who opened their hearts and homes 15 years ago.
It could not have happened without the tremendous support of the people of this community. NASA is forever indebted to you for helping us bring closure to the tragic event that is forever embedded in our memories.
It's the best of times and worst of times. The worst of times for the accident itself, and the best of times as reflected by all of you who came together. And the individuals that we had with disappeared, you set a great example for the country and how you stepped up to respond to the accident.
Now, that was the husband of astronaut Kalpana Chawla. Now, 4 of the 7 astronauts' families were here in Hemphill today. Now, I spoke with Evelyn Husband, the wife of the commander of Columbia, and she told me she felt God's hand played a role in what happened here in East Texas, that she felt blessed by this community. Now, at today's memorial, we also learned the research conducted aboard Shuttle Columbia wasn't lost in 2003. Much of it was actually transmitted to NASA while in orbit, and some of those experiments were actually recovered on the ground. 80 experiments were conducted on everything from fire in space, recycling water, drug testing, and cancer research. Later generations of earthworms that were part of a study flew back to space on another mission. And speaking of younger generations, the Columbia Museum here in Hemphill is dedicated to making sure East Texas students understand and appreciate the sacrifice, that bravery and courage of the Columbia's crew. Now, the digital learning classroom here in the museum is helping make it possible for that education so that those students know that an East Texan can grow up to become an astronaut. Reporting in Sabine County tonight, Luckie, KLTV 7 News.